Hi, my name is Luna, and I can see the exact date everyone is going to die. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. It all started during a soccer game. The sky turned dark out of nowhere, and everyone ran for cover, except me. I was too busy showing off my winning goal to notice the storm. Luna, get off the field! I turned to wave at my teammates, and then everything went white. The lightning hit me directly. I remember my body shaking, the burning sensation, and then nothing. I woke up 3 days later in a hospital bed. My parents were crying. The doctor said it was a miracle I survived. But the moment I opened my eyes, I knew something was very, very wrong. There were glowing red numbers floating above my mom's head. April 12, 2051. I blinked. They were still there. I looked at my dad. October 8, 24/7. I looked at the nurse. January 3rd, 2029. What the actual fudge? Sweetie, are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine, Mom. I was not fine. I spent the next few days testing my new gift. Every single person had a date floating above their head. The mailman, my neighbors, random strangers on the street. I checked myself in the mirror about 100 times. Nothing, no numbers above my head at all. At first, I panicked. Did that mean I was already dead? Was I a ghost? But then I pinched myself and it hurt like crazy, so probably not. I decided not to worry about it. Maybe I was special. Maybe I was immortal. Either way, I had a superpower now, and honestly, I thought it was kind of amazing. When I went back to school, everything felt different. I walked through the hallways, scanning everyone's numbers like I was in a video game. My best friend Jade was on a family trip to Europe, some fancy vacation her parents had planned for months. She wouldn't be back for another 3 weeks. I missed her like crazy, but at least I had my new ability to keep me entertained. In class, I noticed Milo, the cutest guy in school, staring at me. I checked his numbers, August 15th, 291. 97 years old. Nice. He walked up to me after class. Hey Luna, glad you're okay. That must have been terrifying. It was, but I'm tougher than I look. Obviously. Want to grab lunch together? I smiled. Sure. See, having this power wasn't just cool, it was useful. Over the next few weeks, I started using my ability to my advantage. I avoided group projects with kids whose dates were coming up soon. Morbid? Maybe. Practical? Absolutely. I knew which teachers would be around long enough to write my college recommendation letters. I even picked Milo as my crush, partially because his date meant he'd be around for a long time. Safe investment, right? Life was good. I felt like I had a cheat code to existence. But then I saw something that changed everything. I was at the park one Saturday, just people, watching and eating ice cream, when I noticed a little girl on the swings. She was maybe 6 or 7, with pigtails and the biggest smile. And the numbers above her head said, March 23rd, 2025. That was 3 days away. My ice cream suddenly tasted like nothing. I watched her laughing, completely unaware that her life was about to end. Her mom pushed her on the swing, also clueless. I couldn't breathe. For the first time, my power didn't feel like a gift. It felt like a curse. I went home and couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that little girl. What was going to happen to her? A car accident? An illness? Something worse? I had to do something. The next day, I went back to the park and found her again. I pretended to be a junior camp counselor doing a survey. Hi there, what's your name? Sophie. That's a beautiful name. Are you doing anything fun this week, Sophie? Her mom answered for her. We're going on a road trip tomorrow. Sophie's so excited. Road trip. That had to be it. That sounds amazing. Where are you going? Up to the mountains. It's a 6-hour drive, but worth it. 6 hours on the road. I knew what I had to do. That night, I made an anonymous call to the local police about suspicious activity near their house. I figured if the cops showed up, they'd delay the trip. It didn't work. They left anyway, so I did something crazier. I snuck out at midnight, found their car in the driveway, and used a screwdriver to deflate their tire. I felt like a criminal, but also like a hero. The next morning, I watched from across the street as Sophie's dad discovered the flat tire. They had to postpone the trip. I did it. I actually saved her life. I went home feeling like a superhero. 3 days later, I searched Sophie's name online just to confirm she was okay. The first result was a news article. Local girl, 7, dies after choking incident at home. I dropped my phone. No. I'd stopped the road trip. She was supposed to be safe, but she died anyway. Same date, different cause. I threw up in the bathroom for an hour. That night, I couldn't stop shaking. I finally understood the truth. I couldn't change anything. The dates were set in stone. I was just watching. What was the point of knowing if I couldn't do anything about it? I tried again anyway. And again. And again. A classmate with a date coming up, I warned him about crossing streets. He got hit by a car anyway. Same date. A neighbor whose number showed next month, I convinced her to go to the doctor for a checkup. She was fine. Then she slipped in her bathroom and hit her head. Same date. Every single time, death found another way. The dates never changed, not once, not by a single day. I started to feel like I was going insane. The worst part? I couldn't tell anyone. Who would believe me? I screamed into my pillow until my throat was raw. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. I couldn't look at anyone without seeing their countdown. Every stranger on the street was a ticking time bomb. Every classmate was a tragedy waiting to happen. Every person I loved was temporary. I started having panic attacks in public. I'd see someone with a date coming up soon and my chest would tighten, my vision would blur, and I'd have to run away before I completely lost it. Milo noticed something was wrong. Luna, you've been acting weird for weeks. Talk to me. I'm fine. You're clearly not fine. You look like you haven't slept in days. I said I'm fine, Milo. He stepped back, hurt. Okay, but I'm here when you're ready. I watched him walk away and felt like the worst person alive. Then one day, everything got a million times worse. Jade came back from Europe. She ran up to me in the school hallway with the biggest smile, arms wide open for a hug. Luna, I missed you so much. Europe was amazing, but I couldn't wait to see you. I was so happy to see her, my best friend since 3rd grade, the one person who always understood me. And then I saw her numbers. April 15, 2025. That was 3 weeks away. I felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. Luna, are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I'm fine, just surprised. I missed you too.
I hugged her back, but my arms were shaking. No, not Jade. Anyone but Jade. Girl, you have to tell me everything that happened while I was gone. I heard you got struck by lightning. That's insane. Yeah, it was crazy. You seem different. Did something else happen? I wanted to tell her so badly, but how could I? How could I tell my best friend that she had 3 weeks to live? Nothing happened. I'm just tired. Let's get lunch. I want to hear about Europe. I spent the whole lunch period pretending to be normal while internally screaming. Okay, that's it. Tell me what's going on, now. I panicked. Fine. I've been able to see things since the lightning strike. I can see dates above people's heads. Jade stared at me. Dates? Like calendar dates? Death dates? I can see when everyone is going to die. Silence. Then Jade laughed nervously. Okay, that's creepy. Are you messing with me? I wish I was. Her smile faded. Luna, that's not possible. I know it sounds insane, but it's true. I've tested it. I've tried to save people. I can't change anything. The dates are set in stone. Jade was quiet for a long moment. Then she asked the question I was dreading. What's my date? My heart stopped. I couldn't tell her. I couldn't look my best friend in the eyes and tell her she had 3 weeks to live. So I lied. September 29, 282. You're going to live a long, happy life. Jade let out a huge breath of relief. Oh, thank God. I was scared for a second. Nothing to worry about. She hugged me tight. This is such a weird power. I'm sorry you have to deal with it. But at least you know I'll be around forever to help you through it, right? I hugged her back, tears streaming down my face. Right. I hated myself. For the next 2 weeks, I tried to act normal. I hung out with Jade every day, laughing at her jokes, watching movies together, doing all the things best friends do. But inside, I was falling apart. Every time she smiled, I thought, she only has 14 more days of smiles. Every time she laughed, I thought, she only has 10 more days of laughter. Every time she said, "See you tomorrow," I thought, but what about the tomorrows you won't have? I started doing crazy things to protect her without her knowing. I'd insist on driving her everywhere. I'd check restaurant reviews for food poisoning complaints before we ate anywhere. I'd steer her away from busy intersections. "Luna, why are we taking the long way? Scenic route. Through an alley? Urban scenic route." She thought I was being weird. She had no idea I was trying to save her life, but deep down, I knew it was pointless. I'd learned from Sophie, from my classmate, from my neighbor, death always finds a way. The dates never change. 1 week before April 15th, Jade confronted me. "Okay, I can't take this anymore. You've been hovering over me like a helicopter mom for weeks. You won't let me cross the street alone. You made me throw away a perfectly good sandwich because it looked suspicious. What is going on? I'm just looking out for you. No, there's something else. Something you're not telling me. Jade, please. You lied about my date, didn't you?" I froze. "I'm not stupid, Luna. I've seen the way you look at me, like you're memorizing my face. Like you're saying goodbye every time we hang out. So tell me the truth. When do I die?" I broke down completely. "April 15th, I sobbed. "You have 1 week. I'm so sorry, Jade. I'm so sorry I lied. I just couldn't." She pulled me into a hug. I expected her to scream at me, to hate me for lying, to fall apart. Instead, she just held me tighter. "It's okay. I understand why you did it." "How can you be so calm?" "Because I trust you. And because panicking won't change anything, right?" "You said the dates never change." "They don't. I've tried everything. I can't save anyone." She pulled back and looked me in the eyes. "Then stop trying to save me. Just be with me. That's all I want." We spent the next week together. Every single day. We watched our favorite movies. We ate ice cream for breakfast. We stayed up all night talking about everything and nothing. She told me her biggest regrets. I told her my deepest fears. For the first time since I got my power, I wasn't trying to change fate. I was just living in the moment. And somehow, that made everything both better and worse. On April 14th, the night before her date, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, tears rolling down my face. This was it. Tomorrow, I would lose my best friend. And there was nothing I could do about it. At 2 a.m., I made a decision. I snuck out of my house and went to the soccer field, the exact spot where I'd been struck by lightning. It was raining. A storm was coming, just like before. I stood in the middle of the field, arms spread wide, and screamed at the sky. "Take it back. I don't want this anymore. I can't save anyone. All I do is watch people die. Take it back." Thunder rumbled. Lightning flashed across the sky. "Please," I whispered, tears mixing with rain. "Please. I just want to be normal again. I don't want to know when my best friend is going to die. I don't want to count down anyone's last days. Please." Lightning struck the ground 20 feet away from me. The force of it knocked me backward. My head hit the grass. Everything went black. I woke up in the hospital again. My parents were there. Milo was there. And Jade was there, alive, worried, crying. I looked at my mom. No numbers. I looked at my dad. No numbers. I looked at Jade. No numbers. I burst into tears. "Luna, oh my God, are you okay? What were you thinking?" "I'm okay," I sobbed, grabbing Jade's hand. "What day is it? What's the date?" "It's April 16th. You've been unconscious for 2 days." "Luna, you scared the life out of me." "April 16th. April 16th. "You're alive," I whispered. "You're still alive." "Of course I'm alive, you idiot. Why wouldn't I be?" I pulled her into the tightest hug of my life. The numbers were gone. And I found myself smiling. I didn't know when she would die. I didn't know when anyone would die. And honestly, that was the greatest gift of all. Because not knowing meant there was always hope. Always another tomorrow to look forward to. Always another chance to tell the people you love that you love them. I didn't know what tomorrow would bring. But for the first time in my life, I was okay with that. Because that's what it means to be human. And being human, it's actually pretty amazing.